If you have an air compressor that's starting to not last as long, it's recycling more often, it's having to fill up the air more often. I'm in Fresno, it's 105 degrees, it's in a room that's about 80 degrees at all times, and I've noticed that its lifespan of recycling having to repressurize itself more and more often. I wanted to show you something. I almost went out and dropped $300 on a new air compressor until I realized something. The moisture in the air. The moisture in the air could be causing this problem. If you've noticed, when you hook up an air sprayer hose to it and it sprays out moisture, you've got water in the tank, this tank right here. And I'm from listening to this one, it's about half, maybe about a third full, just from the sound of it. And down at the bottom, do you see that little release nozzle? We're going to do it right now. I'm going to show you exactly what's going on. At a time, how long it takes to fill it up when it's fully available, fully empty. So I'm going to do a couple cuts. So here we go. This is the sensor pneumatic. This is used for the stalls air fusion press. There's 2 of them running off of this tank, and it's just not. It's to the point where it was overheating. So I'm doing a complete service. I'm emptying out the oil, and I'm emptying out the tank, and I'm reseating. I've already seated this line with plumber's tape, and I'm gonna probably do these as well. Where's it at? Right there. This one and that one. I'm gonna check all my lines, new plumber's tape, and the oil in the system. That glass should not be black, it should be gold. And so that oil is bad. And so we're going to, I believe that's the knob here. We're gonna have to release that, empty the oil, put new oil in. And instead of spending $300 on a new compressor, we should be back to normal. This thing used to recycle itself about a dozen times a day, and now it's doing it a dozen times an hour. It's just insane. So we'll be back. All right, now we're back down below the compressor. I've set the camera up so you can see underneath. I haven't done this either, so it'll be a new thing for me. This compressor is about a year old. Actually, it's exactly a year old. It's been in 80 degrees for half the year and about 60 degrees for the other. Running regular lines into the compressor, into the heat press, and I want you to see if you can hear it. So when I moved it, I heard that. So we're gonna release this here, and we're gonna see if we get any water. Here we go. Whoa. Okay, so you saw that, huh? That's not good. We'll be back. All right, so I got into a better area that was more prone for this process. The other cut that I did hopefully got a laugh out of that, because it got everywhere, man. That was rusty water from the inside of the tank. I haven't done anything different. I've maintained it. So here we go. We're gonna put a little thing underneath it. We're gonna see how much we catch. That stuff went in my mouth. It smelled like a mixture of oil and rust. So my advice is this purge valve. You want to make sure all the air is out. There was about 10 psi still left in there that I didn't notice. There it is. I don't know if you can see that. That's a flower planter. That's disgusting. Make sure it's open. Here we go. There we go. So I dried the inside of the tank, now I'm closing it off. And next we're going to do the oil change. Okay, so what I've done is I've flipped the compressor on its side, and I'm going to point to the bolt here. The bolt is the lowest point, it's facing down, and I'm going to empty the oil out. It's this bolt right here. Right there. Alright, I've already flipped that air filter around. Righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. All right, here we go. It's like a car. See that? That should be gold, not brown. That's from the breakdown of the engine and the parts. And let that go for a little bit. In case there's some caught up. And the head. There's your oil. I don't know if you can see it, but it's pretty gross. So we'll get that all put back together, and we'll time how long it takes to fill up. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to put some oil in. It's recommended that you use 10W30. This is 16 ounces. I got a couple of them. It's hot out here, so I mixed it, a 5 and a 10. And you can get it at the auto parts store, dollar store, all kinds of stores. Let's see how much goes in. I've already put about 4 ounces in, so let's see how much more we can get in. And what I'm looking for is halfway on the glass. I read that it can happen quick. You don't want to overfill it. So I see it. It looks like about 16. Let's see, here we go. Right about there. Put a little bit more in. Oops. So that was about 16 ounces. Okay. 16 ounces. We're going to take this cap, we're going to close it up. We'll see where she's at. Be right back. All right, so we're back and we're going to time this now. Everything's been emptied out and cleaned, so here we go. I'm going to start this and flip the switch. Okay, so this is the healthy readings here. And before, let's see if we can get a good focus. It's dirty. So beforehand, this was leaking right there. I put plumber's, I took it off. I unscrewed this whole nut, took it off, put plumber's tape, and changed the oil. As you can see here, we got a healthy amount of oil. We removed the air, and there's not a single air leak anymore. Nothing. And it's holding at its pressure point, right? It's holding at its pressure point, which before it was leaking constantly and having to refill every few minutes. So I believe that we have revitalized this air compressor and brought it back to life, and now we're back to work. If you have one of these or anything similar in the DTG business and you're noticing moisture coming out of your lines, shake the tank around. If you hear any moisture sloshing around, go ahead and come back to this video and watch step by step and see what I did. Good luck out. All right, it's been about 3 hours, and here's where the levels are still. So, yeah,